Hi everyone, this is Dr. Muralidhar. Today I am going to provide you a video on general relationship and special relationship between banker and customer. Before I go about the relationship, just I would like to explain you who is a banker. As per Banking Regulation Act Section 5 subsection C, a banker is a person or also an institution who undertakes the business of the banking. What do you mean by the business of banking? Mainly, the banking functions concerned with deposits from the public and giving loans to the public. Means accepting deposits and providing loans to the public. Besides these two, there are some other functions will also be followed by the banker, facilitating withdrawals of the funds through checks, drafts or orders. See, the main three things has to be made careful while taking into consideration of the banker definition. The key functions accepting deposits and giving loans. And the legal definition, he has to engage in the business of the banking. And third one is he has to have a fiduciary responsibility to their customers, ensuring safe custody of deposits and main caring of the management of the funds. Then, having said that, then I will go for the who is a customer. A customer is a person who has a bank account. The person has to be an account holder and they are the having providing banking services by the bank. Either it could be deposit taking, lending, fund transfers and many more. These are the services provided by bank to the customer. So a customer is a person who has a bank account in their name and for whom the banker undertakes to provide the facilities of the banking relationship. The legal relationship between banker and customer is governed by rules, regulations and mutual rights and obligations. Now, I am going to tell you an important topic that is relationship between banker and customer. As I told you that there are two types of relationship, general relationship and special relationship. The first I am going for the general relationship. Normally there are different types of relationships in general. There are debtor and creditor, pledger and pledgee, licensor and licensee, bailor and bailee, trustee and beneficiary, agent and principal, advisor and client. These are the main relationship in particular about the general between the banker and customer. Now, I am going to explain you one by one. See, normally the debtor and creditor. When a customer deposits funds with the bank becomes a debtor and the customer becomes a creditor. And vice versa. When the customer takes loan from the bank, the customer becomes debtor and the bank becomes creditor. That is the first relationship, debtor and creditor. Then go for the pledger and pledgee. Pledger in the sense, if a customer pledges some assets as a collateral security of the loan, then the customer becomes a pledger and the bank becomes a pledgee. Having said that, I will go for the licensor and licensee. When the bank provides customer with safe deposit locker, the bank becomes the licensor and the customer is a licensee. Because the bank is providing the safe deposit locker, it is so the bank becomes the licensing to the customer for using the safe deposit locker. So the licensor is the bank and the licensee is a customer. Going further, the trustee and beneficiary. See, when the customer deposits different securities, different valuables, gold and jewelry, all these safekeeping purpose they are keeping with the bank. In that case, the bank becomes trustee and customer becomes a beneficiary. even though the ownership will be assigned assets of all the assets remaining with the customer. Despite of all these, the banker is acting as a trustee, safeguarding of the all valuables which are related to the customer. Having said that, let me also going to provide one more additional thing is Bailor and Bailee. Normally, the customer deposits a sealed box with the bank for safekeeping purpose. The sealed box. Bailor and Bailee means what normally the customer is going to take and is going to provide some assets with the bailor. Normally the customers in that case the customer becomes bailor and the bank becomes the bailee with the bank responsible of the safe custody of the item. Then I will go for the another one, advisor and client. When customer seeks investment advice, as far as the investment is concerned, the customer is taking advice from the bank. Sometimes tax purpose is going to take advices from the bank. In that case, the bank acts as an advisor and the customer is the client. But the bank must exercise diligent care and caution while giving any advice to the customer. One more thing I would like to tell you, agent and principal. The bank may also act as an agent on behalf of the customer for performing the task given by the customer, like buying and selling of securities, collecting checks, collecting dividends, paying bills. All these bank acting as an agent and customer is acting as a principal over here. Having said that, I am going to provide you in brief about the general relationship between banker and customer. Almost everything I have given in the description. While watching the video, you can also see the description. While deposit in bank, banker is a debtor, customer is a creditor. Loan from the bank, banker is a creditor and customer is a debtor. Safe deposit vault, lessor and lessee, bailor and bailee, debtor, creditor. Pay of draft, trustee and beneficiary, collection of check, agent and principal, pledgee. While pledging the assets, pledge and pledger, mortgage and mortgagee and mortgagor, hypothecatee, hypothecator, agent and principal, trustee and beneficiary. I have given some examples for your better understanding purpose. So while watching the video, you can also see in the description, you will come to know each and everything if you miss something in the video. Right. Now, having said that, I will go for another one is special relationship between banker and customer. Normally, in the special relationship between banker and customer, there are two things will be applied here, rights and obligation of the banker. What is the rights will be the banker will be keeping with themselves. Normally, bankers' rights of a lien. The lien is nothing but it's a simply a right to possess property till such time he discharges his debt amount. The lien is nothing but he has a right to possess the property till the person, the customer is going to pay his outstanding amount. So the banker is having the right of lien. Right. Second one is a banker's right to set off or combining accounts. There are two types of accounts are there in the with the same person. He can combine that and he can set off and carry forward one account to the another account. Banker has a every right to do that. Another one, bank's right to appropriate of payments. Normally, there are different types of current accounts of the customer. While he is taking withdrawal and while providing deposits, it is some problematic facing by the banker. In that case, the banker has a right to appropriation of amounts of the withdrawals as well as the deposits in that particular current account. Right to produce books of account. Normally, what is happening here is whenever the customer asks, he is going to produce the books of accounts. Not only that, whenever the judgment of any judgment occurs, the bank has to produce the books of the account. As per the law or at the will of the customer, he can produce the books of accounts, or with the public interest. When the customer is following illegal activity in his bank account, then the court may ask the banker to produce the books of account. In that case, the banker has a right to produce books of accounts. Right under garnishee order. Garnishee order means when the court gives any order to provide a disclosure of the things, then banker has a every right to give the accounts information to the court. And banker also has a right to claim incidental charges, interest, commission, everything. Sometimes banker is having some additional remuneration while issuing the check, while issuing the draft. It is taking some additional commission for the purpose of running the banking business. In that case, banker has every right to claim incidental charges. Having said that, let me go for the obligations of the banker. Banker's obligation to honor the checks of the customer. Banker's duty to maintain secrecy of customers' accounts. See, banker is not giving except under the court of the law. Banker should not give any information about the customer to the respected other people. So, and bankers can also receive the checks and instruments and give reasonable notice before closing the accounts of the customer. See, normally banker should not close until unless he is giving information to the concerned customer. Having said that, let me also provide you some duties quickly. The fiduciary duties means the banker has a duty to act to the best interest of the customer, ensuring the safe custody of deposits and caring of the funds. And confidentiality, maintain secrecy of accounts, just now I told you. And duty of care, the banker must exercise reasonable care and skills in providing services to their customers. And the main importance of the banker and customer relationship is it maintains the financial ecosystem. It is a smooth functioning of the banking system, and it also provides the broader economy, because banks are playing major role while improving our economy in a better way. So the banker and customer relationship are totally depending on the trust and confidence, trust on the banker and trust on the customer. And it is also useful to the overall economic development of a country by facilitating flow of capital, credit and investment and regulatory compliances. The banker and customer should follow the laws, regulations which are prescribed by the Act. Having said that, that means also that there is a small difference between traditional banking and contemporary banking. Earlier, in-person interaction with the bank branches. Now, in contemporary banking, almost everything will be going in the digital banking. Everything you can do it in the mobile. In hand, you can do each and everything. Either withdrawals or sending. 24/7 banking facilities are available as of now. So it's a diverse range of financial products and services are also available to the customer. As and when required, is getting services 24/7/365. So now that the banking evolution from traditional banking to the contemporary banking means digital banking nowadays. So ultimately, in conclude, the banker and customer relationship is a multifaceted one. It is having so many legal and contractual obligations. The nature of this relationship will adopt with the banks and customer. They have to work together to navigate the changing regulatory, technological and customer landscape. So by understanding different aspects of the relationship, the students of banking and finance can better prepare for challenges and opportunities which are in days to come. So thank you one and all.